You are my refuge, a fortress in whom I can trust. Under the shadow of your wings, I can find a hiding place. You are my refuge, my God in whom I trust. Friends, this morning I'm asking you just to sit for a few minutes, visualizing the shelter of God's wings over you. I'm going to read a couple of scriptures from the Psalms, and I want you to hear them, and I want you to feel the powerful presence of God, like the wings of a huge bird protecting you. Oh God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My body longs for you in a dry and weary land where there is no water. I've seen you in the sanctuary. I've beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. I'll praise you as long as I live. In your name I'll lift up my hands. My soul will be satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips my mouth will praise you. On my bed I will remember you, and I'll think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. Under the shadow of your wings, I will find a hiding place. You are my refuge, fortress in whom I can trust. Under the shadows of your wings, I will find a hiding place. You are my refuge, my God in whom I trust. You know, the Lord has always spread coverings over his people. The Jewish people had this tradition, it's called the Feast of Tabernacles, where they would live in temporary shelters for 7 days to remind them of how God had been faithful to them throughout the whole journey through the wilderness. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks says this: "For me, the tabernacle, this temporary shelter with its roof of leaves, is the symbol of faith. Nothing can be more fragile, vulnerable, open to the wind and rain, a temporary dwelling. Yet nothing sustained a people more than the knowledge that around it were the wings of the divine presence." The faith of Jews through the generations was not simple, nor was it blind. They had no illusions that all was well in this dark world. Yet they sat in that temporary shelter and sang. To know that life is full of risk and yet affirm it. To sense the full insecurity of the human situation and yet rejoice, that for me is faith. It's our invitation this morning to even trust God so much that we can even sing under the shadow of his wings in the midst of this dark world and in the midst of the insecurity of this world. An oracle is within my heart concerning the sinfulness of the wicked. There's no fear of God before his eyes, for in his own eyes he flatters himself too much to detect or hate his sin. The words of his mouth are wicked and deceitful. He ceased to be wise and to do good. Even on his bed he plots evil. He commits himself to a sinful course and does not reject what is wrong. Friends, if any of you can relate to that text that I just read, and if that just reminds you of the honest condition of your own heart, I want to keep reading. Your love, O Lord, reaches to the heavens, your faithfulness to the skies. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains, your justice like the great deep. O Lord, you preserve both man and beast. How priceless is your unfailing love. Both high and low among men find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Under the shadow of your wings, I will find a hiding place. You are my refuge, a fortress in whom I can trust. Under the shadow of your wings, I can find a hiding place. You are my refuge, my God in whom I trust. And one last psalm this morning. It'll be the most familiar one to many of you. Before I read it, I'm just asking you to relax this morning as you think about the protection of God over you like those wings. It may be helpful even to close your eyes and kind of block out all the things around you and just get a real deep sense that though there are these things around you and that there are stirrings within you that are perhaps disquieting your soul, that there are wings of God around you, over you, protecting you, and you are safe and secure. Would you maybe even just claim that safety and security and listen to this final song? He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. Under the shadow of your wings, I will find a hiding place. You are my refuge, a fortress in whom I can trust. Under the shadow of your wings, I can find a hiding place. You are my refuge, my God in whom I trust. Sit here in this moment as long as you need to. recognizing the shelter of the wings of the Lord.